Hey guys, it's Phrecia, and in this video I will reveal my Penance brand of Dissipation Surfcaster after 24 hours of gameplay in the new Legacy of Phrecia event. The cost of my build at the time of this video is approximately 2 divines, but prices will change in the future, and of course you can start farming Sanctum earlier. I will immediately answer common questions like how easy is this build to put together, when does it start farming Sanctum comfortably, and how to level the character. In my pedo building I've created the leveling setup, an early Sanctum setup, and my current setup. So everything is simple if you just pay your attention. Throughout my career as a content creator, I've made over 10 Sanctum builds or even more and completed several thousand Sanctum runs. So I know what I'm doing and this build is completely fine. But however, I must warn you, Forbidden Sanctum is an easy mechanic only when you have experience in it. So if you're dying in the Sanctum with this build, the problem is not about build, but rather a lack of experience and skill. I will attach video link about Sanctum mechanic in the description, so if you are not familiar with this mechanic, with Forbidden Sanctum, you better to watch it. So in this video I will not go into the mechanics of Sanctum itself, since I will leave a link about mechanic guide in the description, but here I will focus on the build quickly and in the detail, right? So here's me in my Sanctum hideout, and now I will explain everything you need to know about items, passive tree, skill gems, and bossing playstyle in this build. I will start with the items, and right away I want to say I'm showing the items I'm currently using in my version of the Sanctum runner, which costs around 2 or 3 divines. However, in my passive building there's a cheaper version with lower damage, but it's a good for start and you can upgrade your gear later. So yeah, the first one is Scepter. I use 2 singularity scepters because they give a lot of lightning damage, cast speed, reduces mana cost, and a damage against hindered enemies and nearby enemies are hindered. So this is very cheap decision for this build. Each of these scepters I bought for maybe like 1 chaos orb, so it's pretty cheap, and you shouldn't care about your rare weapon until you got to level like 80 Sanctums. I mean, these unique cheap scepters is enough to farm Sanctums like level 70, 72, 75 Sanctums, so you shouldn't care about rare weapons yet. The next one what I want to talk is Head Shiver. It's the best helmet for this build, and I bought this one for maybe 85 chaos orbs. I don't know what the price is right now after uploading this video, but this is the best helmet if you can afford it, of course. It gives a lot of extra damage against shield and frozen enemies, and also extra resistances, and yeah, the best helmet for this build for sure. The next one is Amulet. Amulet should be with one of 2 allocations, and you should decide which allocation you can afford, because I have Annihilation allocation because I want to show you the cheapest version of this build right now. This allocation costs about 1.5 chaos orb, so it's pretty cheap and gives spell crit chance and crit strike multi. And if you have more budget for this build, I recommend you to allocate Infused, because it gives +1 to maximum power charges, and it's really will scale your damage a lot, and it requires 1 crimson and 2 silver oils, so it can be a little bit expensive. But yeah, about modifiers, your amulet should be with strength and dexterity and implicit. It's really important in this build because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items, and 6 rare items, and you should care about your attributes, but also only about your strength and dexterity. So about attribute requirements, I personally have 180 strength, but you should have at least 150 strength. About dexterity, you should have at least 140, or about something like, yeah, 145 dexterity, and you shouldn't care about intelligence. So yeah, it's up to you on which rare item you will have strength or dexterity, but yeah, I warned you about attributes. I personally have Amulet with strength modifier +59 to strength. And about modifiers important on your amulet, it's only 2, it's global crit multi and +1 to level of all lightning skill gems, or it can be with +1 to level of all physical skill gems, because our Penance brand of Dissipation has both stacks, so physical and lightning works the same. I have crit chance as well, but it's not important here, so you should worry about attributes on your amulet, about +1 to level of lightning or physical, and global crit multi. Also I crafted maximum life, but it's up to you. So yeah, it's about amulet. About body armor, I have my rare body armor with armor and energy shield base. It's very important to have energy shields on your body armor as well, because in this build we use Eldritch battery right here, so our energy shield works like our mana, as our mana. So we need to have at least around 300 energy shield to be able to spam Penance of Dissipation, and so that's why you should have bonus energy shields on your body armor. So I have 130, and also I have plus 39 to flat maximum ES, so that's enough. But yeah, I warned you about energy shield on your body armor. And about modifiers, I have with maximum life, with cold and lightning resistances. And about my implicits, don't look at these implicits, they're really bad. But zealotry, okay, we use zealotry, and lightning damage is not bad. So, but the best implicit is not this one. It's for haste or hatred, but yeah, it's what I have. So it's really cheap one. I bought this 6-link body armor for around 20 chaos orbs. But as I said before, however, in my passive building there's a cheaper version with a cheaper body armor. So it's up to you, depends on your budget. Now about my rings. My left ring has increased cast speed, 1 attribute, so dexterity or strength. As I said before, I personally have dexterity, crit multi, and crafted maximum life. This ring cost about 1 divine, but I crafted this ring for maybe 10 or 15 chaos orbs because I bought fracture cast speed ring, and then I use essence of scorn if I remember it right. But I mean, you need to use 1 essence for global crit multi guaranteed until you hit one of your attributes, dexterity or strength. So it took me 2 or 3 essences to hit dexterity, so I spent only 15 or like maximum 20 chaos orbs and got the ring for 1 div. So yeah, you need to have 1 ring with cast speed, crit multi, and dexterity or strength, and also craft maximum life if you have free prefix. And then another one should be with as much resistances as possible. So I personally have ring with like around 140 all elemental resistances and maximum life. So it's quite cheap ring. I bought this one for maybe like 8 chaos orbs or 10. So it's up to you, like it depends on your budget. So you can have even more resistances right here, or you can have even less resistances but 1 attribute, dexterity or strength. So that's about my rings. Now I should drink my water again. Sorry guys. About my glows, I personally have rare glows with increased damage with hits against shield enemies, and this modifier comes with +2 cold resistance. And actually it's very important to have this mod on these glows because it gives really a lot of damage with our Penance brand of Dissipation against guards. So I recommend you to buy this one. I have only maximum life here, damage with hits against shield enemies and cold res, and I crafted dexterity. So you can craft dexterity or strength or have it already on your glows. I bought this one for maybe like 10 chaos orbs, and I don't have any implicit, so I have chance to impale enemies, but it's nothing. But the best implicit for this build is of course cold exposure on hit. So, but I just don't have it. But I will upload the best glows in my passive building, so you'll be fine. About my next item is a unique belt. Replica Prison Weave. It gives a lot of flat fire, cold, and lightning damage to spells, also +2 all elemental resistances, and increased elemental damage during any flask effect. Pretty cheap, unique belt that you can use until you will buy something else like rare belt with a lot of life, resistances, and other stuff. So yeah, the last item in this build is pretty cheap. It's like awful boots. I bought this one for maybe like 4 chaos orbs or 5. So but I want to show you guys that this build will work completely fine even with these shit items. So I personally have +2 maximum life here, increased movement speeds and dexterity. So, and also I crafted 1 elemental resistance here. About my LRS, right now I have 100 fire, 112 lightning, and almost 75 112 cold and almost 75 lightning. So I mean, it's capped, but I bought these boots for 2 or 3 chaos orbs, maximum 5 chaos orbs, so it's pretty awful. So you can buy something else much better than this, but you will be fine even with something like this one. So about my flasks, I use Divine Life Flask yeah, my life flask with corrupted blood. I use silver flask for onslaught with additional elemental resistances just to get extra 2 lightning. Quicksilver for movement speed, the regular one without crafted movement speed. Diamond flask for crit chance, and silver flask for increased damage and increased critical strike chance during affect. So that's all about my items in this build. Anyway, you will have my passive building, so it's very easy to follow this build. So the next one, what I want to talk about in this build is my passive tree. It's very simple, just copy it from my passive building. I don't have any medium clusters yet, but I will update it pretty soon, maybe after 1 or 2 days after uploading this video. But right now it's very simple passive tree. The only thing that I want to talk about is this jewel. So to be able to use all the auras in this build, you should have 1 jewel with 3% increased mana reservation efficiency of scales, and like something useful like spell damage, like I have double spell damage. So we need it to be able to use all our auras, and also you need to allocate here your reservation, here your reservation, and and here. So 3 these points with reservation of skills, and you'll be able to use all of these auras. And yeah, that's all about my passive tree. It's pretty easy, pretty simple to copy. Now about my auras and some mechanics I want to explain. So the first one is about my auras. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours in this build, and also I use Summon Stone Golem. And now I will be explaining why actually I use all of these auras and why do I use Summon Stone Golem in this build. So the first one is Race Aura, Wrath Aura. We need to use it for more spell lightning damage, so it's pretty obvious, right? And the next one is Haste for more cast speed and movement speed. It really helps to kill guards as fast as possible. The next one is Hatred, which gives extra cold damage. And now we will be discussing about 2 hours. That is, we need to cast every zealotry, we need to cast every 10 seconds. So in every Sanctum room or before every boss fight, you need to cast your zealotry, and it doesn't reserve anything, like it doesn't reserve your mana or life. And now I will explain actually why. So here is my Ray Spectre, Zealotry, Mid Shield, and Guardian's Blessing support. So these 4 gems is very important for Zealotry to make it cost actually 0 mana or life. So if you use Ray Spectre with Zealotry and Guardian's Blessing actually makes that your aura will have no reservation, but your supported minion will take 14% of their maximum life as a physical damage per second while you have an aura from a supported skills on you. So it means when I cast my Zealotry, my Spectre, here's my Spectre, will take damage per second, and then he will be dead. And when he dies, my aura deactivates. So here it is. Boom. So he dies, we don't have our Zealotry. But as we use Dark Marrionette Spectre, it will be automatically respawn just after 2 seconds, and we can recast our Zealotry. So it's very good mechanic. So here is the name of this Spectre. So buy this one from the trade for 2 Chaos Orbs. You need to buy this one, then you need to cast a Ray Spectre on the corpse, and yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be able to use Zealotry, and I use Zealotry with Mid Shield to make this minion more tanky, to make it last longer before my Zealotry will be deactivated. And also I use it with like Ray Spectre, Zealotry, Mid Shield, and Guardian's Blessing. So I hope I really explained it very simple. Now about my second aura is Herald of Purity. It gives a lot of bonus physical damage and a lot of the bonus, like physical damage and bonus minions. So why don't I have it activated right now? Because when I activate it, we don't have mana. As you see, I have only 6 free mana. So when I activate my Herald of Purity, I use Arrogance right here, so it will reserve my life instead of mana. So I misclicked. So here's my Herald of Purity, and with my Herald of Purity on, I have only 1,300 like unreserved life, and it means we are on low life. So when you are at low life in pathofexile, we can use Penance right here, and it gives 30% more spell damage when on low life, and low life means when you have less than 50% of your maximum mana life. Sorry, when you have less than 50% of your maximum life. So right now we have less than 50%, and it means we get this buff. We get more spell damage, but I recommend you to not use it in regular Sanctum rooms, because it's very easy to get one-shotted from any guards, because you have only 1300 life, and if you will play on level like 75 character, you will have even less, like 1000 life. It's very easy to be one-shotted. So that's why what I recommend to do is in non-boss rooms, deactivate your Herald of Purity. You will have less spell damage because your Penance element will not work, but you will be more tanky. And when you come into the boss area, now I will show you what you will do, what you actually do. So you spawn right here. What you need to do, you need to activate your Herald of Purity first. So it's activated. You need to click all your diamond flask, silver flask, and silver flask for your damage boost. Then use Zealotry, spam your Penance Band of Dissipation till maximum, so 7, and then use Assassin's Mark on boss and just run. And sometimes if you need to kill the boss and you haven't one-shot him with this 6 Penance Bands, you just will run around and to cast your Penance Brand pretty like rarely. So it's very easy to beat every boss in Sanctum with these builds. And the last one, what I really want to explain is Summon Stone Golem, why we use it. So it gives 103 life regenerated per second, but it's not working for our life. So I will deactivate my Herald of Purity. So what I use Summon Stone Golem for is we have life regeneration is applied to Energy Shield instead. So regeneration from Summon Stone Golem works for our Energy Shield, and it means we can spawn our Penance Brand of Dissipation because I have only 300 maximum Energy Shield, and my Penance Brand costs 80 mana, so I need to have a lot of Energy Shield recharging speed. But if I will, where is my Summon Stone Golem? Without it, look at my Energy Shield, I can't spawn my Penance Band of Dissipation anymore. So yeah, I hope guys I really explained everything you should know to start playing this build after 1 or 2 days playing Legacy of Phrecia event. It's pretty simple build if you're familiar with Sanctum mechanic. If you are not familiar with this mechanic, you should watch a video about Sanctum guide. And yeah, thank you so much. It was Rage as always. Don't forget to follow my YouTube, my Twitch of course, my Discord if you want to join to my community, and don't forget to like and comment this video. So good luck. Yeah, take care. See you soon. Bye.